people with low self-esteem hold deep-seated, basic, negative belief system about themselves and the kind of persons that they are. It is not just a thing of the head. They're not just thinking about it. It's a deep-seated, basic thing that has replaced every meaning to life and has become a default mode of their lives. Now, if they don't feel that way, they feel strange. You know how you feel if you enter a new environment. It is like that for people who have low self-esteem. They have the deep-seated, basic, negative belief system or negative belief thoughts about themselves and the kind of persons they are. But before we continue, let me mention that we have facts, we have opinions, we have feelings, and we have faith. As we continue, we are going to hear a lot more about these. Now, these beliefs are feelings that are often mistaken for facts. The belief that these people have that makes them feel bad about themselves are just feelings that are often mistaken for facts or truth about their identity or who they are. And I want us to explore how these beliefs about yourself develop. So we're going to take a look at it. But before then, let's take a look again at Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Quickly, I want us to take a look at that. And then we talk about the basic need of every human being, or what the song, the children's song would call bare necessities. Are they air, food, water, shelter, clothing, sleep? Those are basic needs that human beings have. Now, people can stay without a car if they have these things in place. It's fine. I mean, they can have hope in addition to that, and then things will get better as they continue. Now, the next level to that is safety and security needs. When you talk about health, employment, and property, family, and stability. And then you talk about love and belongingness needs. Friendship, family, intimacy, connections. And then self-esteem needs, which is where we are looking at now. And we talk about confidence, achievement, respect of others, connections, needs for individuality. And then the self-actualization, which has to do with morality and creativity, spontaneity, acceptance, experience, purpose, meaning, and inner potential. All right? So you see that, well, I don't agree totally, but I needed to make reference to that because there are some basic things that we can glean from there. So man has to have those physical basic needs in place. There are things that are not mentioned here that are my major conviction. Now, that one of the basic things that people need as the foundation for their lives is their sense of origin. Where did we come from? When that is not in place, the more of the education you have, the more life makes no meaning. Because what others are dying to have, you would have had them, and life still doesn't have meaning. Let's take a look at those, the definitions that we will be working with. The facts, opinions, feelings, and then truth. Let's take a look at some of the definitions that will help us to have more understanding. Before we do that, let's discuss the difference between facts and truth and opinion, and then we know what feeling is. Feeling is the way you feel. Now, the dictionary definition of fact is a piece of information presented as having objective reality. I take that again. The definition of fact is a piece of information presented as having objective reality. Therefore, a fact has evidence that confirms it is real. Alright? We're going to say a lot more about that. And then an opinion is said to be a view, judgment, or appraisal formed in the mind about a particular matter. So it could be voiced out. But if it is between you and yourself, you can form an opinion about yourself. You can form an opinion about others. You can form an opinion. And many times the problem is that we take these opinions, whether that of others or the ones we form about ourselves, as the truth. Sometimes it could even be a fact. But a fact can be true given some circumstances and untrue in other circumstances. So you cannot equate facts to truth. We'll see a lot more on that. So let's take a look at this. Facts can be true. I said that. Can be accurate in a given situation or a given circumstance. Facts can be changed and it can be challenged with time and at different circumstances. Facts are not always the truth. Facts are often true, given the circumstance. Opinions can also, and it's often biased, inaccurate, mistaken, and unhelpful. So you must always validate the premise upon which an opinion is based. So when an opinion is expressed, it doesn't matter how much you respect whoever and maybe a group of people, no matter how highly placed they are. What is the premise? How valid is that opinion? So some people can give you a strong opinion and it's difficult to separate that opinion from a law. Because the opinion is expressed in such a way that you feel I can be punished if I don't buy into that. Now, what about feelings? Feeling is the outcome of what you think. Is the outcome of how you think about what you're thinking. Is the perspective you have. So, is the processing of an idea, opinion, or that the way you think, the emotion with which you are thinking has generated. That's the feeling. So you cannot base your own self-value on mere facts, on opinion of others and of yourself. You cannot base your own the value of yourself based on how you feel, because you might have thought about the thing in a very wrong way. Don't we always make mistakes? We make mistakes. So it's good to take note of that. But when it comes to the truth, listen, truth can be hidden, but it is constant. It cannot be disproved. You cannot disprove it. It is always constant. When you say that is the truth. So I'm going to tell you some things I found out that helped me overcome my low self-esteem. Some people don't believe me when I say even my children don't believe that I used to struggle with it. But I'm happy to tell you that as I'm speaking now, I don't know what that thing will be like. It's only God. It's only God that I know will make me feel in a particular way. Only God, in the sense that you cannot, as a human being, withstand His glory. But in His love, in His mercy, He allows us to enjoy His presence. In the presence of God, there's fullness of joy.